Hello guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Jimmy.
And I am Kyle.
Yes. Some new rags today. Yeah, bloody hell, you're wearing the white and I'm wearing the red. Nice little outline design, making the red the actual red. Whereas yours, just a printed red. Peasant red.
I'm going to say it's going to do wonders for my tan, so it's all good.
Yeah. And
Such a loser.
Jumpers as well to keep us warm, because if you remember about 4 battle reports ago, you could see our breath.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's enough about the new clubber. Let's crack on with the game. So, you've seen the thumbnail. It is Custodes versus Thousand Sons, and it is a 1,000-point game, and the reason for that is... That's nice, little zip noise. Basically, we're going to a 1,000-point tournament in a couple of weeks' time, and I'm kind of testing out my Custodes list whilst bringing a debut report. You're taking Tau, you filthy fishman.
I'm not even sorry. I'm not even sorry. Not even sorry. Not even sorry.
But enough about Tau. This is all about the Custodes and the Thousand Sons today. So we are playing Cleansed Land, I believe it's called.
Yeah. New one from the new GT pack. So
Nakmand. So yeah, we are playing on a lot smaller board. It feels weird, but it is an incursion battle. So it is taking hold, I believe.
Yeah, taking hold.
Taking hold. With that being said, is a subscribe button just down below. Please feel free to hit it. And let's go to them armies.
Let's do it.
See you in a second, guys. Right, guys, here are my 1,000 points of Custodes. Starting with the patrol detachment. I have Trajann Valoris as my HQ. He has his 2 Warlord traits, so they will be in the description below. He is a beast according to everybody, so it will be great to see how he plays, really, because I've used this army once, but he was not part of the list. Moving over to my troops, I have a Custodian Guard unit, 3 with spears, 1 with a sword and board. A unit of 3, all with spears. 3 Valoris Terminators with axes. And then finally, we move over to the Praetors. The lovely jet bikes, all with salvo launchers. You might be wondering why one guy is silver and the rest is gold, because I usually run them in 2 units of 3. But for points, I was able to bring an additional one. So one of the silver squad got upgraded. My secondaries are Abort the Witch, Stand Vigil, and behind enemy lines. Let's move over to the Thousand Sons.
And here we are, boys and girls. 1,000 points of 1,000 Sons today. A little bit more than Jimmy. Just a smidgen. So, my Warlord today is the Sorcerer in Terminator armour. This fantastically beautiful sculpted model. Thank you, David, once again. He has got the Undying form Warlord trait, so it's -1/2 damage. Hello, Death Guard, indeed. Going over to my second HQ, the guy here, that's with his staff pointing down. He has an additional Warlord trait, Seeker After Shadows, which gives him 3 dice for his psychic test, discarding 1 of them. So the likelihood is you're getting them off quite comfortably. Just letting you know, guys, as well, all the psychic is going to be down in the description, and obviously through the game you'll eventually see them. As we all know, in Thousand Sons, there's quite a lot. Just on the topic of that, I have gone for the Cult of Mutation as well. So they've all got a generic psychic power. And then the relic actually is with this Terminator, which gives him extra attack, extra wound. No, extra attack, extra strength, and extra toughness. So he's a little bit like a Custode. Going over to my troops, I have 5-man rubric marines down at the bottom there, with just the normal bolters, and a 15-man brayherd. Nothing upgraded here other than just the boss with the giant sword at the front. Nice and easy there. Going over to the flesh of the army, we have 10 rubric Occult Terminators. One's obviously a Sorcerer. I have gone for the Missile Rack and the Inferno Cannon, I do believe it's called. They are going to be the workhorse of this army. Well, fingers crossed and all that. So we shall see what they can do. And then rounding off this little list, I have got these lovely guys. A little bit of snipering here, there and everywhere will maybe do the trick. Who knows? We shall see. Secondaries. Mutate lands, no prisoners, and behind enemy lines. A little bit of a toughie because I wasn't totally sure on the last one. So behind enemy lines, hopefully I can bag a few points there. But I feel semi-confident I can claw some points off the other two. There we are. With this mission as well, there's a second part to it, like most, so we will go over that in-game. So without further ado, let's get on with that deployment. Deployment is set, so we have the jet bikes holding this side and the rest is all anchored down over here. Valoris is just hiding in the back there. Flipping over to the Thousand Suns, we have the brayherds pack down here. The Marines huddling in their building. We also have these discos, yeah, holding just the back here, being very cowardly, but they're hopefully going to scoot off wherever they need to be. Jimmy's putting the Terminators in deep strike, and I also am putting my Warlord and my 10-man Terminators into deep strike as well. So, Mr. White.
Sorry, man. Leads are playing. Let's do it. Let's go. Hey, yeah. 6. Looks like I might be going first. Laddie boy. Ooh. Praise the Emperor for he protects. So turn 1 for the Custodes now. I have left this unit for now on the objective. I've just moved the bikes casually 14 inches up onto the objective up there. And over here I have advanced. Reason being, I am Emperor's Chosen, which I don't think I mentioned in the army overview. And I'm currently in the Qatar, Marshal Qatar, Callistus. So I am currently in stance 2. So each time the unit makes a move or advances in the movement phase, in your shooting phase, it counts as remaining stationary. So I've basically been able to advance these, classed as stationary, so I do get to shoot a couple of people with my my bolt guns, which is very nice indeed. During the command phase, did no stratagems. During the movement phase, did no stratagems. I am currently, start with 6 naturally, because I didn't use any relics. Because I've got Trajann, I get an additional 1 to start with, so I started on 7, and because I've not burned one, and it's beginning of the game, I'm currently on 8 CP as well. So let's move over to what will be a very quick shooting phase, and then a very quick turn 1 from the Custodes.
We start down here with these 3 Custodian bolter nonsense, shooting into these rubric Marines, hitting on
3s because I am shooting through cover.
Brilliant.
But I get to reroll 1s to hit and wound because of Trajann. Yeah. And they are strength 4 and your toughness 4, so I'll be hitting on 3s, wounded on 4s with a reroll to 1s. So here we go. Typical. I rolled 2 2s. And then needing a 4s. Yes, so 1 armor save at 3 up.
If not, he's a dead Marine. And I get a 4, so he is fine. Moving over to these guys?
Yeah, the salvo launchers, I don't think they're in range. They are not. So I will put these into the rubrics as well.
Okay.
So 4 of them. Hitting on 3s because I'm shooting through the cover. Don't get 3 roll once because I'm not near Trajann. And then, oh, hang on. But I am Emperor's Chosen, so I'll use this as my reroll.
Cool.
And it does hit. And then wounding you on 2s. Good thing as well. -4, sir. So you're on a 2-up armor save.
I get 5 with invuln.
Oh, yes,
so,
you
yeah.
do. Yes.
I mean, it's gonna...
And
Valiant.
That'll be 2 dead.
Oh dear. So 2 are turned to...
Paste.
I'm going to say dust, which they are
dust.
Yeah, it's not really like changing much. So 2 rubrics die.
End of the turn for the Custodes. 2 points scored on primary so far because I am controlling objectives that I did not previously control. A ball of which might still happen, you never know, in case Kyle randomly charges me and dies. Stand Vigil, I've got to hold more centre objectives than my opponents. I'm currently looking like I'll score 3 points there. And behind enemy lines, so far, has not gone off. I think that might be everything for this turn. So 2 points so far to the Custodes, still 8 CP to play with. We'll move on to the Thousand Suns, turn 1.
Turn 1 for the Thousand Suns, and I have gone pretty aggressive because sitting back is not the way forward. It was not designed to be a boring game. Sorry, I'm just knocking the train there. So the Goat Herd has just bombed up to hold the middle objective for the time being, and these guys have just walked out of the ruins, eyeing up potential psychic shenanigans on these guys at top. And then the disco goats have basically moved up. I didn't really know what to do with them. They were there just because I had the points. So what I'm basically doing with that is basically being a nuisance. And I know I cannot get this turn, but I am just harassing that sort of side. I will be able to shoot with them, but against Custodes, I do not know what they're really going to do, but we'll see. So with Psychic Phase, I have... So my Warlord, just for you guys to remember, the guy that's pointing the staff at someone rather than up is my Exalted Sorcerer. He has Doombolt and Twist of Fate, so it is ignoring vulnerable saves, and it's 3 mortal wounds with the Doombolt. The normal troop have Desecration of Worlds, basically means you pick a terrain piece and nasty things happen to them, so I could potentially do that as well. So I'll have a little think off camera and we'll be back in that Psychic Phase. So Psychic Phase now, I am going to do the Cult of Mutations Warp Reality. So it basically I could pick a terrain piece, which is going to be this one, and these guys are half the movement and -1 to the charge and advances, just to potentially shut them down from getting too close to my ranks. And then this squad is going to do a smite into this squad, and then the boss geezer is going to do Doombolt into them, and he's going to do Twist of Fate, which ignores their invulns as well.
Cool.
All being well with that. So I'll start with these guys. So what reality needing a 6? No. No, I'm going to wear it. Smite goes off.
D3.
For the big 3.
4 up invuln for my Emperor's Chosen. 1 goes through. So I'll just put 1 to one side. 1 is on. Yeah, all of it on. The Doombolt.
Doombolt, so his Warlord trait, I pick, roll 3 dice, and obviously I pick 2 or 1. Wish it were a smite. For an 11. So it goes off comfortably.
3 more.
Yep.
Bust them all.
Beautiful. And then finally it is Twist of Fate onto the troop. Needed an 8. Don't know why I rolled. Well, it's regardless.
So they lose their invuln, yes.
Correct.
Cool. Fair enough.
And that is Psychic done. I'll have a little think off camera. So what will probably happen is all the bolters will be going into them. Basically, actually, you know what? Not off camera. All the shots I can do is going to go into your guards that I've got no invulns.
Cool. Well, you go grab them dice and we'll be back in a moment. Shooting phase now. The pistol and 2 shots from here. And this squad, -1 pistol. We're just going to roll them all at the same time. They are hitting on 4s because they're shooting through dense cover. I'm wounding on 5s. That was a pretty decent roll.
Wow.
Pretty decent. You could have done with that in your...
yeah, I feel like this is where it's going to flip. So needing 5s.
2. Not too bad. Not too bad. It will put this back guy here onto a 4-up save. So here we go. Past one. Past both of them. The bolt guns of death have luckily... We have weathered this storm. The bows now are firing into the same squad. Hitting on 3s, you said?
Yeah. Ooh. Always wounds on a 2.
Yep.
Goes through, so it's looking for 3-up armor save, sir.
3-up armor save. It's -1?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, cool. It's enough. And do you know what? I will... Are you shooting anything else this turn? I don't think you are.
So...
I will burn my CP. That will take me from 8 to 7. And I pass it, and then I think Trajann allows me to get CP back because of one of his Warlord traits. So I'll see. I think it's a 5-up. Let me just see if I spend that CP. I do spend that CP. I'll double check that rule, but I'm pretty sure it is accurate.
So, recap. In the Frenzy or Psychic phase, I totally forgot about Mutate Land, which is really annoying because I use Psychic on these guys, but I have to wear it. Simple as. Score 2 for the primary, purely for I'm holding an objective that I didn't have initially. So we're technically drawing. So good game, good game.
Very good.
New prisoner, no new prisoners. Well, new prisoners, no prisoners. Definitely no prisoners. Didn't kill a single thing. Not a single thing. Yeah, that 4-up ignoring mortal wounds is tasty. Let's face it. It's going to be a pain, but we're going to have to wear it. Simple as. I'm behind enemy lines. Obviously, I haven't got anything there yet. Yikes. So we'll see how nasty the Custodes hit in their turn 2, which is coming up right about now.
End of command and movement. Again, nothing done in this command phase. But in the movement phase, just spread these guys out so they are within 2 inches of each other. So they should be able to screen this comfortably to stop them pesky Terminators over there dropping in. Trajann has moved over to basically try and take these gentlemen out, so I'll be firing some shots into there later. These guys here have moved up ready for a cheeky charge here. These guys have moved around for a cheeky charge over here. And these guys have dropped down onto this objective to keep it objective secure for now. Annoyingly, I was going to use something in the command phase which would have grouped them into a unit of 3, but unfortunately they came down in the movement, not the command phase. So I will have to wait till next turn to do that. But the plan is to charge into here anyway and hopefully slice and dice these... Zangors, there we go. I couldn't remember the name of them then. Right, so we will be going into a very quick shooting phase, and then we will be going into the
Charge.
into combat phase. Right, guys, so I will grab my dice and we'll be back in a moment.
We start this very important shooting phase with the boss, the gangster, the
High Lord of Terror.
High Lord of Terror. We need to find a name for him, really, don't we? Because we've got Antival.
Uncle T. Uncle T's coming for tea. That doesn't sound right. No, we do have to.
We'll work on it. It's a work in progress.
Put it down in the comments below what his nickname is.
Yeah. Let us know what you want to call him. Uncle something with Antival.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Antival, Uncle Trey. Uncle Trey, there we go. I think we found it. Uncle Trey. Unky Trey. Unky Trey is about to fight. Anyway, we're divulging it. So, hitting on 2s. Both hits. And then wounding on 3s, I believe you said. Because the toughness 4.
Correct.
So, double 1. He gets to reroll ones, I think.
I think
No, it's just Adeptus Core. And he is not Core. So, unfortunately, he cannot reroll those. Good thing I have this unit right here, ready to shoot into him. These guys will be hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, and they will be... Well, these two will. These two won't. So I'll actually do it in half. So I'll do the first 2 this side, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. So they both hit. And then these 2 here, hitting on 2s. All hit. And then they are all wounding on 3s. No, they won't. You're toughness 4, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
They're wounding on 4s because it is strength 4, not strength 5.
Okay.
So 4s. But it is -1, good sir. So 5 at -1.
Okay. I'll get the dice to see what I can do. Please bless the dice. Yeah!
What?
Yes! The gods have answered my prayers! 1 is slain. Wow, okay, I didn't think that was going to work. I did not think that was going to work. Yay! Woo! Next up, it is these jet bikes. We have consulted the charts, the tomes, and all that good stuff. And bizarrely, we've never come across this. So we're going to shoot 2 of the missile launchers into this fully fleshed out rubric marines, and 2 into the Warlord. Not the Warlord, sorry, the HQ. The reason I was a little bit puzzled is because these guys are the closest, but we looked at the rules and it specifies...
You've got to be within 3 inches of the
Yeah, so...
It's probably a bog standard rule that everybody knows, but
yeah,
because we've never done it...
It's weird. It's weird because we've never ever come across this. Ever. Like, because normally you're shooting like so far away, but because they're there, you'd think, oh, well, they can't shoot them, but we've read it as literally that. I'm happy with that. Jimmy's happy with that. So we're going to go with that.
So I'll put them into the rubrics first. Okay. So hit on 2s. I'll reroll this one. 1. And then wounded on 2s. No, okay. So the rubrics are fine. HQ, however...
Isn't fine.
Yep. And then wounding on 2s. Yes. Both go through.
4 ups required. I will burn a CP, putting me down to 5. Nope, goes through.
How many wounds does he have?
I have got him on the page right there. He has 5.
5. So if I roll a 5 or a 6 on here, he's dead.
Correct. You do not.
I will burn a CP because I have 8.
Stupidly amount.
He is dead.
Wah, wah. Oh dear. Goodbye, sweet prince. The newly deployed Terminators are going to shoot all their payload into my little goat paddy in the middle.
Yeah. Starting with their axes, the Castellan axe, it's rapid fire 1, and they're within half range. So it is 6 shots, strength 4. So hit on 2s. Ooh. Wounding you on 4s. Just 2 so far.
I will roll them while you're getting your dice. 1 dies.
Cool. And then finally, the ballistus grenade launchers. So 9 shots automatic because of the size of the squad. Hitting on 2s. I do get a reroll, so I might as well use it now. And then it's strength 5, so this will be wounding on 3s. Reroll that because it's got. No, it still missed anyway. So that is 2, 4, 6, 7, good sir.
Saving 1, so 6 add 1 is 7, so they are pretty much sliced in half. Do you know why? Because I didn't bless the dice this time.
No. After
that fairly successful shooting phase is the charge phase. So this nobody needs a 6 to get into these. This squad needs a 3 to get into these rubrics. These need a 7, and right over there they need a 9 to get into the goat party in the nightclub.
The nightclub, yeah.
They
destroyed the nightclub.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's do easy to hardest, I suppose.
Yes, so I'll start with the custodian guards going into the 3 rubrics, needing a 3, getting a 10. Oh, jeez, okay. That might have been a slight waste. Yeah. Then we gave this Trajann Valoris going into the Disco Divas, getting an 8. He is also in. Then we have the bikes going into the other rubrics, needing a 7. Then getting it with an 8. Well, yeah, it's my turn too. And now that I've not used a reroll, 9 needed. No.
Just no mistakes.
It was cocked. That's an 8.
You're doing 8, right? 4 8s. Burn CP.
Burn CP down to 6. For 12. Booyah, baby!
Oh boy, this is gonna really sting! We are starting with the Terminators. Logic being, from Jimmy's point of view, we are doing that just so they're the most likely ones I would have interrupted with, because they've got 2 attacks each. It's not great, don't let me wrong, it's far from great, but these guys are in a bit of a problem. I'd have potentially done these ones. I'm still debating, but I probably still won't because they've got no invuln, but you'd be still going to free up armor save, which is bonkers. And they're not very strong. So, please go for it.
So, 12 attacks with the Valoris Terminators. Hitting on 2s. I do get a cheeky reroll, so I might as well. Heavily cocked. Yep, so 11. And then wounding you again on 2s because I'm strength 8. Cool. Of course, we missed with 2. So that should be 9. Yes, 9 saves to take. And then I get my Miscordias.
Yeah. That is 2 out of the 9, so that is 7 slain. Obviously, we'll remove the models after this, but he's 1 left, the boss with the big sword, so he's going to try and stab him to death with his little daggers.
Little daggers, baby! Hit on 2s. All hits. Wounding you on 3s, though, you'll be happy to hear. 2 again.
Well, it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Moral. Goodbye, sweet god princes. Next up for the massacre is the big boss himself.
Hitting on 2s, and he gets to reroll these. Wounding on 2s. That is 5, good sir.
I'm guessing it's ridiculous damage. Like damage 3 or something?
Damage 3, sir.
Valiant, but not good enough. All the goats are dead. Round 3. Can these guys destroy the Rubric Marines?
Hitting on 2s. Reroll this one because it's heavily cocked.
Do you have a reroll built in?
I do have a reroll built in, and I'll use it now. And it was a good reroll. And wounding on 2s because I've charged. Just the 1 miss, so that should be 11. 6, 8, 10. 11 wounds. 11 wounds at -3. Flat 2 damage.
Dead, 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 dead. Well done. 3 out of 3 so far. Moving on to the 4th game. Battle 4 out of 4. Can he do a home run and take out everything on the table?
This is the spears first, so hitting on 2s. I won't bother yet. And then wounding on, I think I'm strength 7. Yes, I'm strength 7. I don't get +1 to, so it's 3s. So initially we have 2, 4, 6, and then I'll do the Sentinel Blades really quickly. Hitting on 2s, I will throw in the reroll here, still misses, and wounding you on 3s again. One more, sir.
That's it? Well,
then the Miscordias afterwards, but
I'm guessing in runs, yeah. Drop 3. There is 3. The squad is wiped.
Holy moly, what a turn. Because I had an objective secure unit in the Valoris Terminators on that objective, I've still technically owned that, and I still technically own this one as well, which has put a little bit of a dampener on Mr. Kyle's spirit, because he currently has no models on the table. I can't believe I've managed to wipe out the majority of his force in basically a turn. Let's face it, there was only 2 dead rubrics before this, so pretty impressive stuff on my part. There is only one place for Kyle to come next turn, and it is up in this corner, so we will see what happens there. I managed to kill a unit that was holding an objective, and because of that I did score 3 points because I got a new objective in this one and killed a unit holding it, which gave me 3 additional primary to give me 15 on the primary this turn. Aboard the Witch, I killed 2 units of rubrics for 4 points and a Sorcerer for 3 points. The boys over there are worth another 3 points, I believe, so I can max that out at 10 if I'm able to kill them. Behind enemy lines, however, I'm only in with this unit here, so I believe I only scored 2 points there. I will have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure that is it. Feel sorry for Mr. Kyle. This has been an absolutely outrageous second turn. The charges went off. The luck and the dice gods were very much on my side. But there is a bunch of chunky boys ready to come down, and they are going to be tough cookies to kill. So stay tuned. You never know what might happen. All these guys could potentially be wiped, but I do think I'll win this one on points, so maybe it is game over. We will see. We will definitely be playing out his turn 2, my turn 3, his turn 3, and then we will see where we are at after that, because there is still a lot of firepower to come from that unit. It's no slouch. I did face that in a tournament just a couple of weeks ago, and it was disgusting. So we'll see you in Thousand Suns, turn 2.
I am eternally sorry to the Thousand Sun fans. I really tried to make a list that was a little bit different from what we usually do, and that's something that would keep Custodes on the toes. And it has really not paid off. Turn 1 first for the Custodes really has helped them, but they are fantastic. Let's face it. I can't really do much with this. But as Jimmy has said, the show is not over, because this squad is chunky. And this squad has the potential to do damage to these guys. Could I win it? Probably not. Am I going to do some damage to them? I really hope so. So, yeah. We shall see what I can do in this turn, and we will go from there. So, as Jimmy said, please don't switch off. Let's just see if these guys can stand up to the almighty power of the Custodes. Psychic phase off camera, because it's quick and simple. So, this Sorcerer and Terminator armour has Weaver of Fate and Swelled by the Warp. Both went off, so he's a monster in combat, if he gets there. And these guys have a 4-up invuln. This squad was going to do Smite, but failed. I am not going to burn CP to reroll. But they would normally have 10 put. Basically, I don't know how to say it, but basically they get D3 wounds back, so it's completely irrelevant. So I am just going to do that for the time being. I will do the shots from these guys into the Terminators on camera. Because I have not got a lot to use. So I'll get a dice and we'll see what I can do. So I'm going to shoot all the bolters and all the good stuff into the Terminators. I'm going to burn 2 CP for Infernal Fuselage, which gets an extra shot on the bolters, so I get more shots. And then I'm going to burn another CP for Slow and Prosperous, which basically means I remain stationary, so my heavy weapons are hitting on 3s rather than 4s. So I burn 2 CP, down to 3. Will it do much? Who knows? We'll see. So I'll get all the dice. It's going to take me a while because I've got small hands. I'll bring them over here so Jimmy's close enough and we'll see if I can do any damage to these Terminators.
All the bolter fire now going into these poor Terminators. Or Valoris Custodians as they're known, but they're basically Terminators. Go for it, sir. Hitting on 3s. What are you looking at?
No, that's fine.
Cool. I'll let you count them. Before he rolls his wound, we did off camera agree. I am burning my transhuman, so it's arcane genetic alchemy. Because there's a unit of 3 or less, it's only 1 CP. Back to the thing now, looking for 5s.
Yeah, so this doesn't really make a difference, but it's Soul Reaper and all that good stuff.
Still not a bad roll, sir. I'll let you count them out. We're back in a moment.
7 went through. It's probably the best shot I'm going to have all game to do some damage on them, so go for
4
it.
up in buns, 4 wounds each. Let's see what damage can be done. 5. 2 wounds down.
Yikes. Soul Reaper, let's go straight into it. Hitting on 3s. Why? Why would you do this to me? Wounded on 4s because transhuman. Just the 1. AP -3, so...
looking for that 4 up in bun. What damage did it want?
Just the 1.
Okay. Fails. So 1 is down to 1 wound remaining.
And then the missile rack, 2 shots. Hits you both. 3s to wound.
Falls to wound, sir, because of transhuman.
Falls to wound.
Doesn't make a difference anyway.
4 up in bun.
4 up in bun. Lost it. 1 guy remains on 1 wound.
I hate you right now.
I feel terrible. Sorcerer now firing into the exact same squad of Terminators to get rid of them.
Hitting on 2s. Wounding on 5s. 2 at 4 ups.
4 ups, so good, sir. Here we go. Did I burn?
No, you can be obnoxious and do it.
I'm going to do it.
Go on, just do it.
But I'm not going to roll this one. I'm going to swap it out for a 4 already. Yes! No, here we go. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, no! I can't roll that dice. It's already been rolled. Nope. 1 is dead.
Yay! Killed something! Woohoo!
Charges now. 10 inches required into these Valoris Terminators. Can he make it?
So the big squad first. I will burn CP. Someone's
2 remaining.
No.
Sorcerer.
Excellent. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But he's in.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Oh, jeez.
So the Sorcerer has 7 attacks. So he has Exalted Mutation, which is his relic, which gives him +1 attack, +1 strength, +1 toughness. He has Swelled by the Warp, which is +1 attack, +2 strength. And he has something else I can't think of. Battle-psyker, which is +1 attack as well. So working all of that crazy stuff out, it's strength 9, AP -2, D3 damage with 7 attacks. Jimmy's burn
1 CP for Arcane Genetic Alchemy again. So I am got transhuman.
Yeah. So I'd have been winning 3s normally. So with the all that good stuff, I'm hitting on 2s because I've became Basically, the logic was I was going to become an anti-custodian. I mean, I suppose I technically am, but we'll still see. Right, we'll remove these just so it doesn't got fusion. So hitting on 2s.
Jeez!
All hits.
Pointing on 4s, though. This is where you might go wrong.
I mean, it was a bad roll regardless.
2 4-up ones, I believe, sir?
Correct.
2 4-up ones. Here we go, baby. I failed both. So it's D3 damage. You could... I do have 4 wounds. You should have rolled these one at a time. Good, sir. Actually makes no difference because it's D3.
So, 4 in total.
Cool. That is one Allura's Terminator dead. Good night, sweet prince. With Rusty and Steve departed this world, it's time to avenge the fallen. And he will get old Billy here 2 additional attacks. So I'll grab my dice.
So, Steve,
Rusty, and Billy.
why Rusty?
Oh.
Alright.
Oh, Rusty.
Let's do this.
Come on, Billy! Hoo-yah! Oh, no. You get a built-in reroll. There we go. Wounding you on 3s. Oh, no. Just 2.
AP.
AP minus 2, so it'll be 4s.
1 goes through. Damage.
Would be damage 2, but because you negate a single damage, it will be 1. And then I've got my Miscordia, so I'll quickly go a 6 and then a 2. That is not enough to wound you, good sir.
1 damage off the Sorcerer, so he has 4 wounds remaining. I don't even know what to say, guys. I do not know what to say. Yeah, he lives. That's a bonus, right? These guys are just going to sit back and cheer on their boss from a distance. I guess that's a thing. I leveled him up with the intention of having these guys backing them up, but hey-ho. Custodes there. What are you going to say? We probably should talk about points, really, shouldn't we? I scored 2 for holding this objective. Woohoo! That's something, right? Mutated land, no prisoners. I got a few points towards a point. Behind enemy lines is not going to happen, just simply because of how badly I'm going to be. Anyway, so we'll see how badly I get smashed from Custodes turn 3, and we shall go from there. See you in turn 3, boys and girls. Bye-bye. Adios, amigos.
Turn 3 for the Custodes now, and I have moved everybody forward. Trajann advanced to get an 11. I have pulled him out of combat and stuck him on the objective just to score this one because it was an objective that I was not controlling. I will control, so I should score an extra 2 points. And then I brought these guys all around to get on the psyker. These guys have abandoned this one because mainly they're objective secure, and this mission primary allows you to have troops that score be able to move away from objectives, and they still count as yours. So that one's still mine currently as well. Do you know what I'll do? I'll just quickly stick a orange marker on both so we know they belong to the Custodes.
Is this yours as well? You killed him, and then it was your turn and you moved, so you would have it.
But it was the bikes. I didn't measure up how close the Custodes were.
True, they don't get out
Yeah.
secured. Right, okay, fair enough.
But even so, holding 2
You've got
and 3,
anyway.
I will be able to get stand vigil regardless because I'm holding technically 2 to Mr. Kyle's 1 on the centre objectives. So now it's just, can I wipe out as much of this as possible? Only time will tell. Let's move over to the shooting phase.
Shooting phase started with the bikes. 3 are going to shoot their salvo launchers into the Terminators. And then the last one is going to shoot into the Terminator Lord to see what they can do.
Start with the first 3 into the Terminators, hitting on... oh dear. Then needing a 2, which I get. 4 up in 1 good, sir.
Nope.
Nope, that'll be just 1 dead.
Okay, 1's died.
And then going into the Terminator Lord, hits, needing a 2. No, you're toughness 5, aren't you? You're doing 3 to wound. Wounds.
Ooh, tasty. What's the AP? Ridiculous.
4 or something, so it'll be a 5 or
5 up. He loves it.
He loves it.
Let's she makes
Cool.
a change.
I will just quickly grab the dice for all the bolter fire going into the Terminator Sorcerer.
Okie dokie. The guard are going to shoot all their bolters into this Terminator.
So, hitting on 2s, rerolling the 1s because I'm next to Trajann. Reroll the 1. And then wounding you though on 5s, rerolling the 1s because of Trajann.
Do you get a reroll for a wound as well?
Yes, he
So
does
do you-
it to core, but only on 1s.
1s?
Yeah.
Ah, see. So how many?
Just 2 good. Minus 1, so it'll be your 3 up save. He takes a single wound.
Down to 3.
Yes.
Terminator, oh no, he's fallen back. He cannot do anything. Trajan, can he not do anything?
He's advanced, so no. Just the guys there, so it'll be 6 shots going into the Terminators.
Okay.
Hitting on 3s. I do get a 1 reroll, so might as well. There we go. And wounding you on 4s, because you're only toughness 4, aren't you? Here we go. That is 3, minus 1, it'll be flat 2 damage.
Okay, so 4 up in ones. So 1 is dead.
Well, what did you roll?
A 6, a 1, and a 2.
That is 1 dead, yeah.
After that shooting phase, this is the chargers. So these guys are going to charge into the Terminator Lord pretty comfortably, as you will agree. These guys need a 6 to get into the Terminators, and these guards need a 5 to get into this side of the Terminators. Would you like to roll over where the light is, good sir? Which one was that one?
Either. Okay. Right, I'll have that as the troops because that was on a 5. 6 for the bikes. They're going on a 7.
Then...
The guys next to the Terminator, yep.
Ooh, full house once again. So Jimmy will move all his trooping, his jet bikes and all that good stuff, and then we'll see what I can do. We started with the jet bikes, jousting into these Terminators, see if they can do the business.
Hitting on 2s, good sir. Oh, dear, oh dear, oh dear. I might as well throw in a reroll. Yes. And then wounding you on 2s as well. Normally it would be 3s, but because I have charged, the Lancers get +1 to wound.
Very good.
So 2s. I will burn a CP, seeing that I've got 6. Oh, well.
It was meant to be.
Do Trajann give me a back? No, he does not. Oh, no. So that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
The little hands are struggling, but we'll get there. 9, 10. 4 ones. What damage is it?
I believe it's only damage 2, and I think you've got 3 wounds, so for every 2 dice you...
So, 1 dead, 2 dead, 3 dead, and 1 on 1 wound remaining.
This Coordinates. Hit on 2s. Wounding you on strength 5, toughness 4.
Freeze.
Reroll that. 2 more. This one's only -1 though, so it's 3 up. Nope.
So you killed 4 in total.
4 in total.
Ouchie, ouchie, ouch.
There is an interruption! The Terminator Sorcerer is going to hit these Custodian Guard. ridiculous amount of attacks, strength 9, all the good stuff. So I have burnt 2 CP this time for the equivalent of transhuman. My arcane genetic alchemy is hard at work, bubbling and boiling and all that good stuff. So hitting on 2s.
6 hits. Drop the 1. Force to wound.
3 wounds.
3 wounds. 4 open wounds.
Here we go. Ooh, so roll for one of them at the moment because one is on 2 wounds remaining.
He's dead.
He is dead, and then your last one.
We roll that 'cause it's cocked. 2 wounds.
One more is on 1 wound remaining.
The troop are now going to see if they can do some more damage to these Terminator squads. Hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s.
I'll reroll a 6. Oh my god! There we go.
Hey!
1 reroll. Get out of here, you. And then wounding you on 3s. Ah. Ooh. Okay, I only dropped 2. That's not too bad. So that is 3. That is 6 wounds. You 4 up in once. Good, sir.
Oh dear.
For every 2 is a dead.
What damage are there?
They normally the damage 2. So because you've got 3 wounds.
So dead, and 1 on 1 wound.
And now for their little blades, the Miscordias, hitting on 2s. Wounding you on 3s. 2 more at -1 this time, so it's a 3-up save. Nope.
So 3 are dead. It would leave the Psyker remaining. Oh dear, oh dear.
This is an urgent appeal. Clarence was brutally murdered by a Terminator sorcerer. So it's time to avenge the fallen again for 1 CP. Let's do this!
After Jimmy's very important appeal, these guys are going to strike. 8 hits from the spears will do them first.
Ooh, luckily they get to reroll 1s because of Trajann. Damn it. Then wounding you on 3s, rerolling 1s. So that is 3, 6 wounds, good sir. At -3, so it'll be a 5 up in ones.
Oh dear. Tzeentch is definitely not with me today.
Not after all them 6s earlier.
Goodbye, my beautiful, beautiful prince. I'm not sure why I'm whispering, but I'm doing it anyway.
End of turn 3 for Custodes. Barely anything on camera. I've got to go up in this top corner to see it all. Wow, what a third turn, just like the second turn. Like I mentioned, I faced off against a very similar block in a tournament, and all my shots and stuff bounced off. This time round, it all went through. Suppose it's just the luck of the dice, really. So I scored 14 on the primary for this turn. I scored 3 for Bore the Witch. I will score 3 for Stand Vigil. I will not get behind enemy lines. That's been kind of a waste. My future plans is to have the Valoris Terminators drop in anyway. So that's basically, I'm probably taking this army to a tournament in a couple of weeks' time, and that is one of my stratagems, is to drop the Valoris Terminators in and be a pest and score 4 points and whatnot. This game, however, because of the table quarters and how it just rolled out, it was a wasted secondary. But
I know you've lost the 15, but you've kind of got the point where if it was going an average sort of game where you were killing as much as I killed you, you could have the potential to drop in.
Yeah. Because
you were so steamrolling me, you didn't have to worry.
Yeah, true.
Because you're so far ahead, does it matter, really? Maybe for, like, victory points for, like, a grand tournament, yeah, possibly. But for more, like, chilled competitive games in the tournament scene, 15 points in a 1,000-point game. Some of the secondaries you can't even get 15 points.
Yeah, that is very true.
So you at least you had the luxury, like I said to you off camera, like you could have dropped him in turn 3, and you've had the luxury of dropping him here, but it probably paid off being down here because you managed to get the charge off and you've done
wipe the goat men and
exactly.
And then one of them is still holding the objective.
It's a nice place to be to lose one of your secondaries when you're that far ahead.
And I think this tournament we're going to anyway. We're only going to play 2 secondaries, I believe.
Okay.
So it's probably not even an option for a third one.
No.
Well, with that being said, I scored 3 for that and not anything on behind enemy lines. Mr. Kyle so far has 4 points. So I think we will be proceeding to 1,000 Suns turn 3. Or will we? Let's find out, shall we? There we are, guys. Wow. Although it wasn't on turn... Well, we didn't play turn 3. We did kind of talk it out. The Terminator died. But he was able to get mutated lands off. So you took your 4 points to 7. So the 1,000 Suns finished on 7 points.
It's not even their blessed number. It's not even their number, man.
Meanwhile, the Custodians finished on 80.
Yeah, they did.
80 to 7. Yeah, that has got to be the biggest gap, I think. That is a 20-0 every day of the week when it comes to tournament play, if they use a 20-0 system. Holy crap, what a game.
Know what? I really wanted Jimmy to bring his army. Let's just get this off the table. You've done a really good job. Like they look brilliant. And when they brought them to the table, I'm like, do you know what? If I lose, I lose. I really couldn't give a monkeys. Normally you want to win, and I had a plan to win. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't let auto winning him, but what can you do with that?
I know. I lost 165 points total to 1,000.
Do you know? A lot of it is a flip of a dice. 4 up invuns, 4 up kind of feel the pain. You could have really rolled it badly like you did in the tournament against a 10-man blob of Terminators, but it just wasn't my day with anything. You didn't roll exceptionally well. You rolled average, and you just absolutely cremated me, really. Personally, a smaller board, 1,000 points with Custodes.
Yeah, it helps massively.
I don't think there's much that can stand them. I really don't.
Yeah, I feel like this tournament that I will be going to with you very shortly, it's like a week and a half away, probably less. No, about a week and a half, actually.
Yeah.
I was going, or I'm probably still planning on putting some Sisters of Silence in this list. Why, you ask? Why? Mainly for the... Granted, they did in turn 3 get up the board and attack the Terminators and killed, I think, 4 of them, or at least 3 of them.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep the big hitters on objectives, ideally. I want to have at least a small Sisters squad that can't be targeted by psychic powers, just sat on an objective, scoring me at least, 4 points per turn. And I would sacrifice probably an Valoris Terminator for that. Or maybe a single bike.
Yeah, you got to think this game was quite favoursome for Custodes because it was obsec, roll obsec. The holding objective, you can move off it. So really, like Jimmy said, the snowballing effect wouldn't be as devastating in a normal game because you wouldn't be able to do that unless you was happy just to win rather than rack up victory points. Do you know, sort of deep striking the Terminators I thought it would be an easy job because you Custodes, you don't have a lot on the board, you can easy deep strike, but you somehow managed to do it while being devastatingly bad. Yeah. So kudos to you, you did a really good job, you generally did. And you burnt CP because you could. It wasn't because you had to make it better. You just did it because I'll burn a reroll on making it from 8 hits to 9 hits. It wasn't exactly crucial to the game, it just because you could.
It does help that the Emperor's Chosen have a free hit and or wound.
Yeah.
Plus then their 4 mortal wounds, which did kind of help in this game. I think I failed maybe 1 mortal wound.
Yeah,
save.
you did.
So
Well, first
maybe 2.
I think you lost a wound on one thing. But you got to think, look at Admech with Mars, with their reroll hits and all that stuff. It is a very, very nasty combo. So I can see why you choose this shield host, and I think why you would probably run with it, because it's quite easy to understand. It's not really overcomplicated, and you get that benefit.
Yeah. With
obviously you got your rerolls from your OG. You know, you're like literally the guy who's just insane. It's another Modern Val sort of vibe where it's just that he's fantastic to use, and I would see him definitely in your lists in the game. Would I have done anything different? I don't really know. 1,000 points.
To be fair, there isn't much you could have done differently, because you took behind enemy lines to drop in the Terminators. Even if you didn't take that secondary, you probably would have dropped in the Terminators anyway, just to keep them off the board so I can't target him. Because my plan was to shoot him with salvo launchers the first turn.
Yeah.
And weaken them, because you would have been on a 5-up inland. So the fact you kept him off, I was like, oh great, now I've got to waste it on just regular rubrics, and I only killed 2 in the first turn. But I think what really helped was my second turn charges and the fact I just wiped you. That's the thing. Imagine if I didn't manage to kill all the rubrics or didn't kill all the goat men, then there would have been a bit more on the board for you to play with. But unfortunately, you got wiped on this side of the table. On this side of the table, you just dropped the unit down where you could, which wasn't an objective, and it did deny me the even more primary, even though it didn't really matter.
No,
So, what can I say? I don't think you did anything wrong. I just think I was extremely lucky with my dice rolling. Granted, I did play quite a good little strategy with coming round one side, but...
No, that's what I'm saying, like, with the jet bikes and the deep striking on a small board, it could be crucial with deep striking, it could be, like, fundamentally, like, flawed, because you can screen them, but you've got the speed and like the sort of resilience plus the deep striking. You can really, especially if they've got an elitist army, people using certain things like not going really massively into it, but like my Tau list, which you'll eventually will see on this channel. I am a bit like with this sort of vibe, because I don't really have anything to really deal with that unless I get first turn shooting, but that's a risk in itself.
Yeah.
It makes me think, but no, like, Thousand Suns are quite resilient. I had a lot of Terminators, 2 Palmer saves, and a lot of 4-up invulns, and it didn't do anything. I do think Emperor's Chosen with that 4-up feel no pain sort of buffer
gets mortal wounds.
Yeah. But mortal wounds for quite a point was fantastic. Thousand Suns, Grey Knights, all that good stuff, even like with the Greater Demons and stuff like that, you are just shutting that down, plus you are fantastically resilient. Like I thought I could probably outnumber you and be that person where I sort of go, I'm just going to shut you down. It wasn't even remotely close. But biggest victory by points ever on the channel, and I'm quite happy with that. Like, weirdly, I had a really good game. I really enjoyed it. 1,000 points. Yeah, maybe not the most
exhilarating points value.
Yeah, but it's more intense. You have to really be careful with your troop and just be really, really observant of all of it. Like, you can't really throw sacrificial lambs as much as you can with bigger games. So that's why I quite like it. You are thinking a lot more. But yeah, absolutely well played, mate. Absolutely well played. And I'm looking forward to see what you can add to it and then get a bigger force and see what they can do with different things.
I want to add in a few dreads and stuff like that as well. So, yeah, I don't think there's much more to say, really. It was just a very good old Rogering. Well, one-sided Rogering.
Yeah.
Very one-sided Rogering. No KY jelly in this Rogering.
Absolutely.
When did roll? Calm down, Gollum. That being said, then there is a subscribe button just down here. There is a 1,000-point thank you video. 1,000 point? That's not right. 1,000 subscriber thank you video. If you've watched the whole of that, you will know some of the sneak peeks that are coming, a potential podcast, some live streams, and potentially, if we can do it, 3 battle reports a month as well. It would be great if we could get to 4, but it's all explained on that video, so if you want to check it out, please feel free. It'll be up in the top corner, or maybe in the end screen credits as well. Sorry for the little jump we ran out of. We have 10-minute filming limits. It's ridiculous. Why, Samsung? Why did you do it? Anyway, we then ended it with we will see you in the next battle report. Goodbye, guys.
Adios, amigos.
See you later.
Cleanse the lands, let's get on with it, sort of thing. Who says it?
Oh. It's probably going to be 1-0. That's nice. Fucking piece of shit. Oh, no, the best.
I suppose we could talk about our shirts. Probably
Yeah.
maybe a new clobber.
Right, so 3. It's annoying 'cause it keeps... So, you just stop. I'm just going to put it in my pocket. So
Is it going?
So it's 2-0 Liverpool, and I'm like, how the fuck have they scored?
Glitch, right.